Sometimes we forget why we're here. It's easy to fall off track. These help us remember.
These battle scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
Growing up, I had a dream, something no one else could see. Tell me what it means when your faith is falling beneath your knees and you can't breathe. Everything you see reminds you of what you're not or something you won't be. You gotta take what you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in a business. Not because they wanna do it, just because they heard it pays. And who the fuck wants to be poor knowing that's how we've been raised? Society is getting heavy, I can feel the weight. The pressure of success is like 100 million pounds of shame. And that's the reason I'm staying up late, trying to find a way to escape the stereotypes this day and age is making me feel like the only way I'll be happy is getting signed to a label and making money through rapping. I wanna share my emotion because this world is attacking the very principle of life that lets the people be happy. If you don't have a reason to breathe, why even live? These battle scars are impressions of everything that it is.
Scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battle scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
If I had a voice that reached 100 million people, I'd tell them there's a reason that we're all created equal. Cause some decide to be great and some decide a sequel to an average person's life is simply what they want to be. So you make your decision, all I know is what I'm given. Won't define the life I lead or the way I dwell in existence. I've seen a greater image on the walls of where I'm living, and the words twisted and scripted remind me of something written. Faith is a gift that is given down to the people. If one believes it, one receives it. It's given if it is needed. Don't ever think you're trapped in a life that you never wanted. Your options are infinite, that's some mathematical logic. I'm not saying I'm a prophet, I'm speaking for what it's worth. These lyrics define my prayers and these battle scars on my church. Not saying I'm a prophet, I'm speaking for what it's worth. These lyrics define my prayers, these battle scars on my church.
Scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battle scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
Well, hello everyone. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I decided to break up my typical typical palette of Matt Walsh with just some, as I said on Twitter, silly, if by silly you mean insane, and I do mean insane, TikTok. So I know you're seeing the pink hair, those of you who are just watching this for the first time and thinking that I probably star in one of these barking moonbat TikToks, but no, I am actually a crazy libertarian, not a crazy progressive. Though the though the level of crazy you might think is the same. I don't know. Judge for yourself. But before we get started, why not give the crazy pink-haired lady a like or a follow, a more appreciated follow, and you can then check out my obsession with Matt Walsh at another time. And you can follow me on Twitter at, I won't call it X. I will not indulge non-consensually Elon Musk's X fetish. So on Twitter, at Karen Ann Harlos. And least but not last but not least, I would really appreciate your support on Patreon. You are getting value. If you go over there, you get advanced previews. Preview's not the word because it's the whole show, but you get to watch in advance the short shows from my other channels, Jurassic Dictionary and Pink Parliamentarian, as well as some book discussion that we're doing. And right now we're doing The Morality of Capitalism. Okay, so let's set this up, shall we? I don't know who I was watching, But for most of us, we've moved on. You know, COVID is like a bad memory. Like the fact that I can even say it on YouTube, though this video will be demonetized. So all super chats definitely matter, because you know the minute the algo sees the title, you know, at least it won't get removed like my ones that happened during that period of time. To most of us normal people, we've moved on, except for, you know, maybe a little lust for vengeance for what was, you know, what was taken from us. But for some people, they were living their best life. They were living their best life during COVID, during the coof. They were totally living their best life because they have severe mental disorders. Now, I am not talking here about people who are legitimately immunocompromised and were wearing masks before anyway. I'm not one to tell you what to do for your health. You know, you could have a loved one that's immunocompromised. Nothing like that. We're talking about freaky deek here. We're talking about severe freaky deek. So these freaky deeks were living their best life. Either that or they were really ugly and they really appreciated the masks. Or they were from England. If you got the joke, you never mind. I'm not going to explain it like I'm sitting in a room full of blondes. Okay, let's go. So there's this whole subculture on TikTok that I discovered through watching somebody else's channel where they were reacting to TikToks called COVID conscience, COVID conscious, where that's basically all they think about. Like that was that was the meaning of their life, and we stripped it away from them. And they're desperately trying to get it back. So I've got lined up 5 from this subgenre. Listen, Rule 21. You know, if this is your thing, okay, you can now you know you can go to TikTok and check it out. I apologize in advance that the TikTok downloader I used did not keep the channel name on it. In the future, I'm either going to try to find another downloader, shoot me an email at pinkflameofliberty@gmail.com if you know of one that keeps the channel name on it. But because normally it'd be like you're using someone else's content without credit. Though in this circumstance, I really think I'm protecting the guilty. I really do think I'm protecting the guilty, but that was not on purpose, and apologies for that. If anyone knows who these creators are, if you want to put their TikTok handles in my comments, I'd appreciate it. If I find them later on, God no, please, God no. But if I find them later, I will also do the same. Let's unfortunately, let's do the first one.
Hey TikTok, join me on another COVID
no.
trip. This time I'm going from St. Louis to Minneapolis. It started with a 30-minute Lyft ride here with the window cracked. And Lambert Airport is pretty consistently well ventilated. Even here right before we got on the plane, this is as crowded as it got, and the CO2 readings are good. On the plane before takeoff is a different story, as you can see, but we knew that going into this is still pretty high compared to other trips. I was expecting once we were up in the air for it to go down a little more than it did, but this was a completely full flight. I do switch to an N95 when I'm on the plane for a little bit of a better seal here. Here's CO2 readings in the Minneapolis airport. Gotta say, Minneapolis, you could do better. This is certainly not the best I've seen inside airports.
Okay, I didn't realize it was going to loop. I haven't figured this out yet. It's the first time I did this. So this crazy ass chick walks around with a meter to determine the air quality. But I do think punchy is appropriate here. Oh my God. Oh no. I can't make him stop. Stop. Oh. That was something. This is a real person who filmed themselves doing this. Probably went back. Well, they did do some editing there. We see that. So I'm squeaking around in my chair here. So, and then they thought that was a good idea to upload to TikTok. They were proud of that. I am going to get Forrest Whitaker. Okay. Let's go to the next one.
You see how I wear my mask? Very demure, very mindful. I wear my N95. I take COVID precautions. Very demure, very considerate, very community-minded. I'm not like you other girls. I don't spread illness that can kill and disable my community. I keep my mask on. I keep it demure. Ladies, let's enter demure fall with COVID consciousness on our mind.
Wow. And I think I skipped one. But anyway, very demure, very mindful. So that's why I said like COVID purity culture. There is a lot of that where they are like talking about how you're being ladylike and mindful and demure. Like I almost felt like, what are we, at a fundamentalist church here? Instead of like covering up like I'm covered up right here, I'm very demure, very mindful. And you want to laugh? I didn't realize I was wearing this until now. So maybe these ladies are getting to me. Let me put the cross in here. This is actually a shirt from the COVID era. I just liked it the way it is, but it's actually a mask. Well, check this out. I'm going to be very demure. I feel like I should be in a Middle Eastern country. Oh, very demure, very mindful. I just like the shirt. So I wear it as I've got my plague doctor mask, Dave Davis. I should do, oh my God. I don't want to get banned off of TikTok. I've had so many videos removed from TikTok, I can't even tell you. But I think I'm going to do a COVID conscious video with my plague doctor mask. Very demure, very mindful. Ladies, this is this is the new style. Oh my God. I think I skipped one. Hopefully this isn't a repeat. Y'all, I'm a TikTok reviewer virgin here. You guys are my first. All right. I think this is one I skipped. So we saw the moon bat walking around with her air quality meter. Then we saw very demure, very mindful. Okay. I think this is a different one. Let's see.
If you are not COVID conscious, leave. Leave America. No, that's not what I mean actually in this moment. What I'm saying is leave this video. Okay, now hopefully they are gone. I need to talk to somebody about TikTok possibly leaving, because I'm going to be honest about something that I do not feel proud of. I slip with my COVID cautiousness, all of that. I have KN95s. I wear them anytime that I go out in public when I'm around people. But there have been times that I get to the point that I'm like, nobody's doing this. I can't do this anymore. And I know it's just wearing a mask, but sometimes like the social anxiety of it, like the staying home and not going to very crowded places. I miss karaoke. And there have been times that I've slipped. And like one time I slipped.
Okay, we're stopping for copyright reasons and because this is a long TikTok. Okay, this is more than like religious. She's confessing. We are the priests, and she is confessing that she sometimes slips. And she's very concerned. She's going to go on to say this, that if TikTok goes away, she's not going to have a church, this community, to keep her accountable, to not stray from the path of the mask. But one thing I will say, that is some bomb-ass makeup. I will give you that, girl. That is some bomb-ass makeup. I'm looking at that. I am looking at that. I'm gonna give you a pass with that. I'm gonna give you some points with that, even though the rest is freaking crazy. Okay, but let's continue. We got another minute and a half of this. Okay, this was a 3-minute TikTok.
I got COVID and I learned my lesson, but then I've slipped again at times, and this community has brought me back. Like the people on here that talk about the reasons that it's so important, that talk about how dangerous it can be to get COVID. Like I don't always have the energy to keep up to date on all of the studies. Like everything is put on us, but having this community here, it helps me so much. And I'm honestly so scared. Like I'm so scared that if TikTok gets banned, that eventually I won't be strong enough to do this on my own. I'm starting to...
Okay, I'm sorry. That was just 30 seconds. She's got another minute of this to go. Okay, we're laughing, but I feel bad, actually. Because in general, I'm just getting a vibe from her that she seems pretty nice. Like, the very demure, very mindful chick, like, I don't think I'd want to hang out with. This girl, this seems like a nice girl. And again, it's probably the eyeshadow. I'm like totally, I'm going to reproduce that look. Like, that eyeshadow look is bomb diggity bomb bomb. But this is totally like, I was raised Roman Catholic. Like when you have to go into the forgive me, Father, for I have sinned booth that creeped me out as a kid. And listen, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I never said the Hail Marys. Take that, Father, whoever at St. Elizabeth's in Pompano Beach, Florida. Okay. Whew. I'm glad I brought some liquid disinfectant for this. Okay? That eyeshadow would look bomb with this hair. You got to admit that. I am like, okay, I'm taking a screenshot so I don't forget. I am just taking a screenshot of her eyes. And I am doing that look. You guys better hold me accountable. Like you're gonna to our sister here. Preach it, sister, with the mask. Okay. We got a minute left. We can do it. We can do it. May the power of Christ compel us. We can do it.
Follow more COVID conscious people on Instagram, even though I don't really like to use Instagram, so that I don't feel as scared about it happening. I know that there's some good groups out there, but I don't want to lose you guys. Like, I don't want to miss out on the content of every person that I've chosen to follow. Like, if I do feel like even if I try to write down people, like, I am going to lose people that are extremely inspiring to me on here. So anyways, I just figured I'd share this so that if anyone else is dealing with this, we could commiserate on it. But then also if anyone has any ideas on like how we should continue to stay connected. I don't want to lose TikTok.
Baby doll. Okay. I don't know if your hair was back in a bun or if your head shaved. The eyeshadow's cool, but if you got shaved head, let's lose that. Let's lose that. But it might have been just way back in a bun. I couldn't tell. But it's going to be okay. We'll pull through this. We'll pull through this. She does seem sweet. I actually feel kind of bad. Like, there's some anxiety problems here. Okay, here's now my confessional time. I have OCD. Oh, you're like, no shit. No, like really bad. Not now. I mean, I don't think you don't ever get over it. But when I was younger, probably her age and younger, teenager, I had it really bad to the fact that it was really life debilitating. Like the kind of crazy shit you see on, Lifetime television. But I went through cognitive behavioral therapy, and it was actually religious based, and it worked out really well, and it's completely manageable. But that's what this chick's got, like coronavirus, like germophobia, and she's OCDing over it bad. I like kind of there's an empathy going on here. There's an empathy. Now, I didn't have germophobia. I had other things. Like, did I turn off the stovophobia? Or is, somebody hiding under the bed, and I have to check behind every door phobia? Like, what would I have done if I had found somebody? I would have had a heart attack on the spot. But anyway, this gal's sweet with some bomb-ass eye makeup. Girl, you should do a makeup channel. Do something productive. You should do a makeup channel. You got some talent. Okay. We did 3, right? We got 2 more. There is more. But there's hundreds more like this.
You see how I wear my mask over my mouth and nose, and it's an N95? Very mindful, very demure. You see the hand sanitizer on deck that I clearly have to restock on. Very mindful, very demure.
That's the same chick as before. The very mindful, very demure. Why do I feel like this is the Taliban? Lord have mercy. I don't have any empathy vibes for this one. This one seems like the morality police. This one seems like the one that be saying your skirt is showing your kneecap. Okay. We just got one more.
Sometimes the heartbreak of being one of the only people around myself that is masked is like too much to bear sometimes. Like, I really just can't understand how we're talking about things like diversity and inclusion and people are all around me are like not masked, and it's like I literally can't be in these spaces. Like, I physically am unable to be in these spaces. The only reason I am able to be in these spaces is because I am lucky enough to be able to put a significant portion of my budget away in order to purchase the highest quality respirators on the market. These are not cheap, and I don't get them for free. I know Mass Blocks get them for free, and because I'm able to afford it, I don't like to take away those resources, but, like, it is so fundamentally frustrating that, like, my life is not valued by the same people who value my skin color and my queer identity. That is horrifically alienating. Horrifically.
Mama just made masking an identity. Like, intersectionality just went, like, looped. Like, we don't even know where it went. Send out the search party. Send out the search and rescue. Because we do not know where it went. Oh, my goodness. If you go, that's all we got. Okay, I'm not going to torture you anymore. I told you it was going to be just a fun show tonight. I'll probably start doing some more TikTok stuff. Maybe some political ones, since this is... I guess there was some politics there, but this was just more fun to break up the Matt Walsh, because I do got some more Matt Walsh stuff lined up. But if you go down that rabbit hole on TikTok, it is batso. It is batomatic. Now, I know people like to rag on TikTok. These are the closing comments. So those of you who just came to see me, like, make fun of the barking moonbats, like, that part's done. But I want to talk about TikTok a little bit. I don't agree with banning it. I'm an avid TikTok user. And when I would watch these YouTube videos making fun of some of the crazy stuff, I'd be like, that's not my experience. Maybe it's the age demographic. All I can tell you is that my algorithm on TikTok, but now that I started searching for this stuff, some crazy stuff's probably going to come up. But my algorithm on TikTok is mostly people singing, because I really enjoy some of the... Yeah, of course Wayne's doing the sync while I'm recording. Of course. You probably didn't hear it, but I did. Tweaking my autism. So I like a lot of the vocalists that are unknown, that are just amateur. I like the scare videos. I like the ones where the people are like doing the spider filter and freaking people out. Like, I have very wholesome content that's on my TikTok algorithm. I got to go searching for the crazy. So if your TikTok is full of all kinds of really way out progressive stuff, and of course he's hopping like a Clydesdale up there too, making my camera bump, because I don't have a cement floor in my basement. It's wood. It's a floating one because we're on expansive soils. Anyway, more than you needed to know about my house. So if you're getting crazy crap on your TikTok, that's because that's what you're watching. I would appreciate it if you'd subscribe to my TikTok, Pink Flame of Liberty. It's all political stuff. It's usually shorts from this show. But I also have Jurassic Dictionary, full episodes, because they're 10 minutes or less. And you could do a TikTok up to 10 minutes now. And Pink Parliamentarian. All right, that is it for this evening. I'm going to give this the last few minutes the way I've been doing lately, rather than front loading with like the LP commentary or whatever. For a few minutes, if anyone has any questions that I can or feel like answering, you can do that. You can do that. Put that on there. I'm going to give you a few minutes. And also remember, there is no way on God's green earth that this video is getting monetized, even though I only make like 4 cents a video. That's what's so funny about this. She has a monetized YouTube channel. Unless you've got like 100,000 subscribers, you're not making any money on YouTube. You make money through Patreon. Speaking of Patreon, patreon.com/Pink Flame of Liberty. Yes, I'm working the poll. I'm working the poll hard. So there you go. All right, I'm going to give it a few moments. So Dave says, let's create somebody's probably done this. He said, let's create a YouTube channel called Talk Tick that parodies TikTok. Yeah, Walt Nash. I've got enough YouTube channels. My husband's like, you've got to stop creating YouTube channels. I got 4 YouTube channels now, and I've got other ones in the wings, like reserved. I'm not even telling you what they are. I've got them reserved. Okay. All right. I think that is going to be it. I hope you had an awesome Christmas if you celebrate, or holiday season if you don't. And I probably won't be seeing you till Saturday, but I wanted to get an episode out tonight. Remember, go over to Jurassic Dictionary and subscribe. Those videos, when I do them, I try to do them weekly. They drop at 11 a.m. Denver time, so Mountain time. And go over to Pink Parliamentarian. And so on Saturday is Jurassic Dictionary. And then on Sunday, 11 a.m. Denver time, is Pink Parliamentarian. All right. I hope you guys have an awesome night. Bye-bye.
You gotta take what you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in the business, not because they want to